Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 RTG career mode here with Stoke City. We're back today with the penultimate episode of Season 4 where we're going to play out 7 of our remaining 9 games in the Premier League. And looking at our fixtures, I think we can win 5 of these games, and if we do so, I think it will put us in a great position to finish in the top 7, which of course is our aim, and to qualify for some form of European football next season. But anyway, we've got loads to crack on with, so we're just going to dive into the first game here away at the G-Tech as we take on Thomas Frank's Brentford side to close out March, looking for a win. Come on the Potters. Well, we've got to make sure we start today's episode off with a positive result and all 3 points on the road. We made loads of progress in the previous episode towards qualifying for some form of European football. I don't mind if it's Conference League or Europa League. Corner for Brentford. Gravenberch to float it in as we approach the half. Cleared by Bassi, and somebody's gone down in the middle. Brentford play on, and that's caught by Bilal. But I think it's Jordan Boz that's gone down, and he's going to have to come off as well. Well, that is the worst possible end to the first half here, where we know that Jordan Boz will be done for the season because it will either be a 7-month or a 2-month injury. Sarmiento's denied as he's been forced off the pitch, but still hunting that opening goal here. Is there time for somebody to win this? Back out to Linton and Bash again. There's Galbraith. Couldn't get it back to Linton, but this is nice football. Galbraith into Oscarson, and Simicon did so well to get back at him because I thought it was just going to open up for the Iceman. Well, there is the whistle, and I said at the beginning of the game we needed to start off with a victory, but we're going to have to settle for the point. Couldn't find the breakthrough, and Thomas Frank's side hold us to a scoreless draw to kick off the episode. Not the result we wanted. But as we get back to the menu, let's find out how bad that injury is for Jordan Boz. And it is a 2-month dislocated shoulder, so not the 7-month ACL. But Jordan Boz will miss the remainder of the campaign, as we knew he would when he had to come off. But I've been impressed with the loanee Mars Lewis Skelly, so he's going to get the remaining fixtures in the run-in, and we'll see how he gets on. But as for the Premier League table, we still remain in 8th place. But Manchester United lost away at Arsenal, so we go level on points and just behind them on goal difference. Chelsea did manage to win away at Ellen Road, so move 4 points clear of both of us in 6th place, but there is still lots to play for in the final 8. We need to make sure we get back to winning ways here, taking on bottom of the table Fulham. They had such a good campaign last year, finishing, was it top 4 or 5th last year? I can't remember exactly, but rock bottom this campaign, and taking them on at home, we need to make sure we get back to winning ways to put the pressure on Manchester United. Come on the Potters. Well, I'm not too sure how this Fulham side is even in the bottom 3, let alone rock bottom of the table, because they've still got some real star quality. As Bay releases Oscarson, the Iceman! What a start! And maybe this is why they're rock bottom of the Premier League, because they obviously concede a lot of goals. Corner for Fulham. Jeremy Pino to swing it in. Aaron should win that at the near, and does. And Danilo can fire that forward to Clements, and now Bay, and Aaron's racing away. Look at the pace of Max Aarons for 2. Aarons, it is 2. What a signing this man has proved to be. He has been absolutely fantastic since coming in on deadline day. Muniz, Fulham looking to get back into this. Rodrigo Muniz, good save, and Lewis Skelly does really well as United go a goal down at home to Brighton. That's great news for us. Elanga for Fulham. Forward to Muniz. How on earth this side is doing as poorly as they are, I will not know. But Pepelu races through and gets Fulham back into the game. Poor defending, just allowed him to waltz through our defence. Muniz does really well up against Flamingo. He's such a strong presence, is Rodrigo Muniz. And there's Elanga, and we could be pegged back here. Anthony Elanga, big save. Elanga, early cross into Muniz, brings it down. Rodrigo Muniz, saved by Bilal. Watson picks up the loose ball, played inside. And another big block as Pepelu. Peg back to Elanga and Danilo in the way again. All hands on deck here. Jiku into Diamande. Patient build-up as Aarons fires it into the big man. There's Galbraith for 3. Brilliant Stoke goal. And that will seal the victory as Fulham were pushing for an equaliser. But the substitutes link up and Ethan Galbraith, with his first goal of the campaign off the bench, seals the win for Stoke. Well, for the first time in a long time, we are into the top 7. Manchester United losing at home to Brighton. And with our victory over Fulham, we have moved into 7th. 4 points behind Chelsea in 6th. But I'm not even thinking about that at the moment. We have destiny in our own hands with 7 games remaining in a 3-point gap over United. We've got to make sure we keep those wins going. And taking on Leeds United, one of our old rivals, a bit of a bogey team away at Ellen Road. They're actually having a really good season, up in 11th place at the moment. So we've got to be at our best to continue our good streak of form. Come on, the Potters. Yep, destiny is now in our own hands, and what a start this will be. Bay opens the scoring before we've even hit 3 minutes in the game. The skipper on the score sheet, and we're on a great run of form. We've got favourable fixtures as well. I think this European hunt is ours to lose, with Manchester United seemingly stumbling. I think 7th, an absolute minimum, should be ours. Sarmiento into Danilo. There's Sainz. Lovely little turn away from Sugawara. Looks for Oscarson. Oh, how's he missed? Oh, get that on the worst misses of all time reels. Oh, Flamingo loses out. No. Lookman for 1-1. From one end to the other, man. Oscarson misses an absolute sitter down one end. And then we concede a really cheap goal. Failed to clear our lines, give the ball away. And Lookman was never going to miss the back of the net from there. Oh, Lookman skips away. No, not like this. Aronson. Strike comes in. Bilal does well. Oh, how on earth has Juranovic not got there first? Leeds in front. And we are crumbling here at Ellen Road. Bay. Forward for Diamande. Diamande driving on. Skipper's with him. Bay. From the angle. Bay. That's more like it. Skipper single-handedly gets us back in the game. A cracker at Ellen Road. 4 goals before we've even reached the break. Nonto through the gap. Danger. Aronson. Lookman. What a save, Bilal. Flamingo does well, but still Leeds have it. Lookman. Oh, dearie me. Denied a few moments ago, but Leeds in front once again. Oh, Lookman's in again. I hate this guy, man. I cannot stop him. Lookman off the woodwork. Comes back to Nonto. Huge save, Bilal. And that just sums up this game. That just sums it up right there. Leeds get their 4th. I don't know what's happened to us defensively this season. We've been nowhere near as good as we were last campaign, taking some absolute beatings. And this one is just not acceptable in my eyes. Well, not good enough from Stoke City, but we do stay in 7th thanks to Ipswich taking a point off Manchester United. Chelsea have now moved 7 points clear, so I don't think we're going to catch Maresca's side. Looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race for 7th between ourselves and Manchester United, but we need to get back to winning ways here in our next game. Taking on Southampton away from home on the south coast. They're currently just above the relegation zone, so we have to be targeting a return to winning ways here and all 3 points. Come on, the Potters. Aarons does well. He has been so impressive this season, Max Aarons. Really got on with the fullback, and he's in again. Max Aarons. Aarons opens the scoring with a rocket. What an underrated piece of business it was bringing him to the club. Sold Issa Kabore for big bucks to Manchester United. And what a replacement we found in the former Norwich City and Bournemouth man. He has been incredible Oh, what's Bassi doing? What's Bassi doing? Saints in. Bilal saves. Still not clear. Big save by Bilal again. What on earth was Calvin Bassi doing there? Samidozi into Watjen on the edge of the box. Lovely turn, lovely goal. Saints level. Skelly wins the header. Couple to play until the break. Lewis Skelly to Danilo. Forward to Oscarson. Through Forbay. Surely. Oh, what a save. And still alive. Oscarson. Danjuma. Sainz. And Bay again. And Oscarson fires it wide. And we remain level heading into the break. Here Monday. Forward to the skipper Bay. And Oscarson. Oscarson denied again. Sainz into Danilo. And Bay, we're pushing for that goal. Danjuma denied now as well. And Lewis Skelly looks for Sainz. Oh, we might be in trouble there. Well, it's all going wrong for Stoke City. Currently being held by the Southampton side just outside the relegation zone. And now that Borja Sainz sent off. He's been so good for us this season. But a moment of madness and a bit of frustration on my end as well. And we look set to drop 2 more points here. And this is just not good enough. We are not going to qualify for Europe playing like this. And yet that is going to do it. A disappointing 2 points dropped once again. And we are just, as I say, we're just not going to qualify playing like this. We've had a favourable run of fixtures to close out the season. And we're just not making the most of it. We've got tricky games to come. Brighton away, Spurs, Newcastle and Arsenal. And these are the games that we have to be winning if we are to qualify. Not good enough. Well, United beat Leeds at Old Trafford, so go level on points with us. We've got identical records, but they've got a far superior goal difference at the moment. We're back at home in our next game, but honestly, I don't think we're going to do it. I think we've bottled it. We were in pole position. We had destiny in our own hands, and we've thrown it away with some really terrible results. Need to win here to keep any chances alive. Come on, the Potters. McNeil forward to Fofana. Can't let him race through like that. Big save by Bilal. Harley into Danjuma. Bay's ahead of him. And Oscarson slid through. Oscarson couldn't quite get in on goal. Instead, we'll find Lewis Skelly. And now it's Millian. And through the gap for Danjuma. Doesn't get many Danjuma. Denied by Enis Amatovic, the loanee who's starting in goal for the Toffees today. Bay, brilliant work. Flamingo heads on. Well, a couple of saves from a couple of Bosnian goalkeepers in the first half, but that's all we've really had to report. It's not been a particularly good game, and it might be one of those that's separated by just a single goal, and it might come here. Oscarson! Just what we needed to open the second period, and the Iceman breaks the deadlock. Oh, that's too easy. That's too easy. What a save, Bilal. There's the header from McNeil down into the turf. He had to scurry across his goal to keep that out. We're going to need him in these final 20 minutes, I'm sure of that. Well, there is the whistle, and Stoke will grind out the narrow 1-0 victory. Not particularly convincing, but back to winning ways after 2 really disappointing results. All we can do is do our job and hope that Manchester United slip up in their final 5. Well, let's see how Manchester United got on, as they're still in 7th. They've played a game more, but they did lose to Chelsea. So that means Chelsea are pretty much guaranteed to finish no lower than 6th. Crystal Palace 0, Man United 2. But then Chelsea did beat the Red Devils. So even a point here will see us move back ahead of Manchester United with just 3 games left to play. But our final 4 are pretty tricky. Arsenal, Brighton, Tottenham and Newcastle. And we might have to win all of them if we are to qualify for Europe. Got to try and grind out a result here against the Gunners. Come on, the Potters. Be a Monday. Forward to Sarmiento and Max Aarons, who's had a great episode. Aarons storming forward down the right. Lifts it for Sainz. Brilliant football. Miles Lewis-Skelly against his former club. Big save by Thibaut Courtois. Still alive. Oscarson on the left peg. Huge goal for Stoke City. And it's the Iceman once again. Valverde. Arsenal looking to get back into this as they did at the Emirates. Turning the game around in the second half. Bukayo Saka pegs it back. Lovely football. What a save, Bilal. Huge stop on Martinelli to keep it at 1-0. Lewis-Skelly with the throw. Now Sainz. Look at the space for Bay. And Sainz has gone again. Borja Sainz. The Spaniard. Tight angle. Sainz goes for goal. Oh no. Greenwood racing away. Greenwood racing away. Mason Greenwood. What on earth is that defending, man? Arsenal pegging us back, and we've been the better side today. And we got 19 minutes to make sure we don't lose this and make sure we go ahead of United back into 7th. Come on. Martinelli, Greenwood, chance to win it. Mason Greenwood denied but brought down. Free kick on the edge. And a very dangerous position here. Saka's over it. Flamingo on the line. It's whipped in and Flamingo keeps it out. And maybe keeps our European dreams alive. Schlotterbeck finds Saka. I've just seen Bassi was sent off for that challenge as well. Hakimi dispossessed. And Bay gets it forward to Oscarson. And now maybe a chance for us on the break. Million. Not the greatest of passes, but Million still gives it away. And now Arsenal come forward. And I haven't brought on a replacement at the back as Lewis-Skelly brings down his man. Now he's going to be off as well. And there's afters. And Lewis-Skelly takes one for the team. And surely this is going to be it. You can stay with me for this. 2 red cards. Floated into the middle. No! Oh, I don't believe it. Nico Schlotterbeck wins it for the Gunners. Oh, it's heartbreak. Heartbreak for Stoke. And with that goal, our European dreams may have just faded. I cannot believe it, man. Well, what a gut-wrenching end to that game there. A point would have taken us into 7th ahead of Manchester United. But Nico Schlotterbeck wins it with the last kick of the game. Heading into our next game and our final one of the episode, we take on Brighton, who have been on a really good run and have come out of nowhere, just a point behind ourselves and Manchester United, and now looking to make a push for European football. If we've got any hopes of making it, we need to win here and hope that Manchester United lose the derby to Man City. And we will climb above them into 7th place. I'd expect United to win their final 2 against Brentford and Fulham. So we've got to make sure we do our job here, as this is probably our easiest of the remaining 3 fixtures. Come on, the Potters. Yeah, huge contest here against Brighton. Both teams going for European football. And Brighton been on a fantastic run of form to claw themselves back into it. The team that nobody's talking about, but they will be talking about them if they can get a win here. And for us, it might just end all hope if we are to fall to defeat here, as Million looks to bend one. Danilo heads down to Sainz. There's Million again. Aaron's on the overlap. Oscarson. Lovely football. Strike comes in from Danjuma, deflected over the top. Well, there's the whistle, and a really terrible game. But that was so nervy, man. Both sides couldn't afford to lose the game. And neither side did in the end. Really not a single chance in the 90 minutes. Danjuma went closest with that shot in around the 10th minute, but we'll have to settle for the point and hope that Manchester United have slipped up against Man City. Well, I can't believe it, but Manchester United have gone to the home of the league leaders, Man City, and won by 2-1. So I think that might be it for our European dreams. We're only 2 points behind United, but they've got to face Brentford and Fulham, both sides down at the bottom of the table. I don't see them slipping up in either of those games. Brighton have leapfrogged us on goal difference as well. So that 0-0 draw has probably ended both of our chances of qualifying for Europe, as it's massively in United's hands now. But we will continue pushing all the way. We'll be back in the next episode to play out the final 2 games. And then we will, of course, do a full season roundup before heading into the new season. It's looking unlikely, but you never know. We've just got to win our games as we face 3rd place Newcastle and 6th place Spurs, and hope the United slip up from somewhere. I'll catch you for that next episode very soon, guys. Take care and peace.